You look at our Saanich Inlet and you look at the beauty of it all, and it has sustained us for generations and generations.
We got out of the water is 85% of our diet. And then not only that, but when I talk about the water being our mother, we have an indefinite spiritual connection between us as Tsartlip and our waters.
Malahat announced their LNG project. We realized that that was as good an opportunity as we were going to get to spark this conversation between neighbors in both the Indigenous and non-Indigenous community about concerns that we have for the LNG plant and for the waters.
You know, what's happening is the debunking of the LNG myth that somehow it's clean energy and it's harmless. One of the glaring issues with LNG, of course, is there's no such thing as liquefied natural gas. It's liquefied frack gas. And fracking is absolutely devastating to the land, and it's destroying Treaty 8 territory.
LNG in the inlet is just, this is the wrong place for it, but that also implies that there's a right place for it. That's wrong. We don't need to be doing fracking anywhere in this province. There are many other opportunities for green energy. Site C is a false solution. So we want to figure out the ways that we can be supportive of what's happening with First Nations who are fighting this on their territory.
It's where our community goes to go fish, and you know, we have our rights are established here in Tsartlip, and we have fishing grounds at the Fraser River. It's vital to our not only our survival, but to putting food on our table and to ensuring that our resources that have always fed us and that has always looked after us, that, you know, today we want to honor that and make sure that we look after the Salish Sea.
It's not if a spill will happen, but when. You look at the United States alone, there's 2.3 million miles of gas and oil pipelines, and they have 2.6 spills a day. So people are getting more educated on the destruction that it causes and who services, and it's not Canadians for sure. We take all the risk and none of the benefits.
When we're exporting liquid frack gas, we're exporting those burdens that are climate burdens. We're all downstream of atmospheric pollution. It's not something we can be exporting. So we're calling on the governments to actually stand behind their promises for climate action, and that means not investing in dirty, dangerous infrastructure projects that lock us into a fossil fuel future.
We're beginning to realize in a very real way this is battleground BC, and there's a need to come together and develop an overall strategy. It's less than a year until the next provincial election.
We are winning. We'll do whatever it takes, but first, legally, we'll do whatever it takes. First Nations have won 170 legal victories in the last couple of years, and that's 97% legal victories. You know, the Canadian Constitution protects our Indigenous rights.
In order for the Paris Agreement to hit its targets, we're going to have to curtail the grandiose schemes of the fossil fuel industry.
Now in the United States, there's more green energy jobs than fossil fuel jobs, and the same with Canada.
People look at Haida Gwaii. The beach is full of clams, and the wildlife and the sea life is alive and thriving. That's how our Saanich Inlet once was. And our community is working towards restoring it, and a proposed LNG facility such as Steelhead would be detrimental to all of our efforts of restoring our inlet.